Even experienced cruisers overestimate what they can use and carry on board. Hi, I'm Carolyn Sherlock, and on this episode of the Boat Galley Podcast, I tell you about how we pared down to the essentials on our boat. This episode of the Boat Galley Podcast is sponsored by Infinity, the most trusted name in woven vinyl flooring in the marine industry. Since 2008, Infinity has offered boat owners premier flooring options proven to withstand even the most demanding environments. Each of their products is equipped with UV-stable fade resistance and antimicrobial technology, giving them both durability and style that can't be matched. Thinking about kicking carpet to the curb? Make the switch to Infinity and see the difference that true luxury makes. Visit infinitylwv.com and use the coupon code BG20 BG20 for 10% off any area rug. Limit 1 per customer. So let's talk today about too much stuff. One of the big problems in becoming full-time cruisers is overstuffing the boat. Even though we had cruised full-time before and had been on the boat all winter and knew exactly how big it was, we still brought too much stuff when we sold the boat and moved permanently full-time aboard. Now, some of what we brought was planned, as we decided that something in the house was better than what was on the boat, and thus we planned to take the better stuff to the boat and then donate the old boat stuff. But in other cases, and clothing is a big one, it was just a case of thinking that we needed more and had room for more than we really did. Various charities have gotten quite a bit. Our boat, like any boat, handles best when she's not overly weighed down, and we work hard to keep her light. And that means we got rid of lots of stuff. There were only a few other cruisers there in the yard, but they were able to use a few of the things we didn't need. A case in point, we discovered that once we combined what was on the boat, what we moved from the house, and what we both had in our travel bags, we had 9 bottles of shampoo and 7 of conditioner. Now, while we would have eventually used all of these, I hate to think of how many years it would have been. They were just taking up too much space and adding too much weight. We gave away all but 2 of each, and they were quickly taken from the free shelf at the yard. Next up, I discovered that we had no less than 4 sets of sheets, 4 quilts, and 3 blankets on the boat. Now there's our bed and a guest bed, and we're in southern Florida. Laundry is readily available, so I really don't need spare sheets. Or if I did, I could use the guest sheets since we rarely have guests. 2 quilts, 1 for each bed, and an extra blanket will suffice. Salvation Army got the rest, and the guest bed got half cleared off, because that's where I had stored all the extra bedding. Wow, tons of extra space. Now we bought all of our life jackets from the house. We knew we needed more in the dinghy. We had 2 permanently in it, but scrambled to find more whenever we had guests or gave someone a ride, and preferred the ones from the house for paddleboarding. But suddenly we had way too many. And while they don't weigh much, they take up a lot of space. Rather than get rid of the extras, though, we put them in our storage unit, since it's already the smallest size and not full. We know from past experience that over time, our old PFDs will disintegrate and we'll need new ones, so we might as well keep the ones we have, since they're certainly not cheap. Electronics are another area that's ripe for paring down. It's all too easy when something dies to put it in a drawer and forget about it, along with the cords, cases, and anything else that went with the item. I worked on weeding those out whenever I found them. The dead items went to electronics recycling, and all of the extra cords and so forth to Salvation Army. The charities are also getting a box of kitchen goods. I've gotten rid of a lot of items that the previous owner left and replaced with items of my own choosing that came from the house. We brought a number of extra tools from the house, and they're heavy. Some of those tools we use only rarely, and we would be unlikely to need them in an emergency. Those we put into the storage unit, which is near the do-it-yourself yard, which is where we'd be likely to use them. Others we put into the car, which we take with us wherever we go. We make them available for projects, but they won't actually be weighing the boat down. Even Paz got into the act of paring down. She had accumulated a number of toys and balls that she rarely played with, and several bags of treats that she had tried and didn't like, an extra brush, an extra bed, 4 leashes. 1 extra we'll keep, but how did we ever get 4 extras? The local no-kill shelter had signs up all over town asking for donations of just those things. It was perfect. We pared things down. We put them to a place that could really use them. Anyways, as you find you move aboard, don't be surprised if you find that you're still looking to downsize further, even when you thought you had downsized as far as you could. It's not just you. It's sort of the nature of the beast. Thanks for listening to the Boat Galley podcast. What questions do you have about moving aboard, cruising, and then going on and living aboard? Let us know.